Welcome to the What You Gonna Want to Do podcast. I'm Kevin Clark.
Scott Aloysius Weaver.
Aloysius.
Aloysius.
Beautiful.
Like
That's not true. Scott Allen.
I'm Caleb.
And as always, we have our producer, director, editor,
Sound mechanic.
guy who yells at us, Silas Clark.
Yay.
Keeps the buses running.
Keeps the buses running.
Listen to the buses.
The wheels on the bus, they're just going round and round.
Oh, through the town.
Yep. Well,
This train may be off the rails.
before we get started, we have some comments from
Oh, yeah.
prior video I thought we'd throw out there.
Yeah, okay.
Because, I mean, we always want comments.
Sure.
No, we don't.
These actually came from, it was from the VMS episode. Mm-hmm. And they came from the Abstract Ohio,
Oh,
but it was us. And it has, like, way more views than any of our regular podcasts.
Probably all of them put together.
Just not pushing them towards here yet.
oh, okay.
But
I'm glad we're
hopefully-
getting in the weeds, though.
But
people
hopefully.
want to see this.
This one,
They want to see everybody. You know, you've heard the expression. Everybody wants to see how the sausage gets made.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
nobody wants to see.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this one's from Ray. I won't try to pronounce his last
me up.
name. Ray G.
Ray G. Biv.
He says, good idea and good personalities.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But the audio is harsh.
Oof.
Lavalier mics and some mixing would help. So he's throwing some shade at Silas.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But personalities only, to me, that only applies to. What do you think, Scott?
no,
Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
I didn't know.
But I feel like I get the feeling somebody implies maybe there is one personality that's a problem,
Oh, boy.
and I get the feeling that's what we're getting into.
I don't feel like there was anything like that.
Oh,
We have another comment, though. Eric S. Why are they sitting so close?
We ask ourselves that all the
World's
time.
smallest table.
And if you're watching this podcast, it got smaller.
yeah, yeah. It keeps getting
It's
smaller.
not that. It's not that table.
You know, it was the other table.
The other
Yeah.
table. And I think that if Eric is watching this, he'll like this better because this is wider.
Oh,
so
it's
we're
wider.
farther.
You know
Right,
what?
I see.
I think if Eric's watching this, turn it off, bud. Go watch something else.
Oh, yeah.
You would say that because Eric also said,
Oh,
guy in the blue shirt is creepy.
You can't say the rest of it.
No.
no.
Yeah. It's creepy.
And Caleb was wearing the blue shirt.
I have a problem with that. I don't see that.
Oh, I have a problem with Eric.
Eric, I have, I disagree.
Yeah. You're creepy, Eric.
Oh, yeah, see? Two can play that
That's
game.
right.
No, Scooby-Doo. Your mom eats cat poop.
we have this photo that Si will throw up on the screen for us.
Oh,
need to do this.
look at that.
Three of our
We were on location
yes.
at the Wienermobile, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
I love the picture. That's wonderful.
It was
We have our special guest who will be joining us later. My lovely wife
Oh, yeah.
Kim, and two of her sons, Caleb, and our producer Silas.
two of her sons.
Our sons, I said. I said our.
You said her.
Oh, well.
But we did. We got to see the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile in person.
And what else did you get?
Well, when you see it for the first time, do you know what you get, Scott? A weenie whistle.
A weenie whistle.
We got a weenie whistle.
Oh, that's cool.
They do not pass out hot dogs, contrary to popular belief.
Oh, they don't.
No hot dogs are involved.
That's a little disappointing.
It is a little
Pretty
disappointing.
strange.
But it was cool to see. And weenie whistle. If you ever seen the movie Santa Claus with Tim Allen, Santa Claus, it made me think because that's part of it. Because he has a he wants a weenie whistle. A weenie whistle. So I think it's cool. It's cool. Something to have.
Cool. That is cool. I think it's awesome. Did you guys take a little ride in it? Or
We didn't.
Not today. Yeah.
No. But it was cool. Cool to see in person.
It would
really
be fun to ride in.
It would be fun to drive. I feel like
It will be fun to drive.
Yeah.
just to see what it's about.
Fun, like big old parking lot, do some donuts or something.
Yeah. I feel like if that thing rolls, it's gonna be a problem. You're gonna keep rolling for a while.
I think that could be
Roller and you guys went
roller dog.
kind of a throwback. They went into the VMS to see it.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
They did.
Right there.
In Madison County.
Yeah, that was. Right.
But that's not the heart.
Not the heart.
I've been in the heart of the VMS a few times since then.
Yeah.
Have you?
Oh yeah. I sent Caleb a text one day because there was a
Oh boy.
typical
VMS.
individual who walked in off the street.
We avoided so many things, and you're throwing that all the way.
So it was a true
blue.
True blue VMS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
To the core.
Cool. Well, God bless him.
Yeah. God
Definitely.
bless the VMS. Just like that Lee Greenwood.
Lee Greenwood, eat your heart out.
That's right.
I think we could get him to do a cover of that.
Well, that was actually the original. That was a working title until they changed it.
Until they changed it.
Yeah.
From the hills of Highland County to the shores of Lake Choctaw.
This song practically writes itself.
Oh boy. Yeah, we'll have to.
Different flag they're singing about, though.
Different.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Oh.
Have you done anything exciting since our last time, Scott? Before we move on.
Wow.
Oh, no. No, I haven't.
Oh gosh, no.
Still working on. I will say this: we finished up another song.
Ooh, yeah.
And we're going to try to get those songs up here.
Nice.
Two of them are. The one I just finished was. When I say I meant in the band is another.
Right.
Pretty much a Christian-based song. So
Awesome.
There's 2 out of the 3 now.
Right. For those of you who don't know, Scott is a hip hop artist.
Thank you. You can tell.
You can.
Got it written all over him.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I am B.I.G.
Yeah.
But I'm not notorious. So. I'm nowhere near notorious.
Right.
But we'll get those sent out or get those uploaded so you guys can hear them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Proud of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd love to air it on here, and
Yeah.
so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, get
Very cool.
3 or 4 of them to listen to some of what Scott's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And I can attest, Scott has done some great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys
enjoy
like
Scott's
these.
music.
I hope you like them. They're a little heavier,
Yeah.
a little harder, but the messages are good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and that's, I think, important.
Oh, yeah.
The more I'm finding what I'm writing is more and more definitely Christian based, and the guys don't seem to have a problem with that, so I'm going to keep doing it. Cool.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah. I have a working theory that pretty much every song is praise and worship.
that's true.
It's just depending on what you're praising.
Well,
and
now, oh man,
That's
that's
really
really good, Caleb.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good
That's
stuff.
some good stuff, Caleb.
That's a
Awesome.
big idea.
That's a big idea.
Speaking of big ideas,
Wow.
did
I can't figure if that was good or bad.
anybody have a big idea?
Well, that's what
Kev,
we're
I
talking
heard-
about today.
I heard you might have one.
Well, I've had some
Yeah.
in the past. There's one that Caleb is
This
pretty fond of.
Do we want to save that one? Make that the yeah.
The closer.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can do that. Well, I mean, what do you got?
Well, I think a big idea every kid has ever had is, and it exists now, but Heelys. The shoes with the skates in them.
Yeah, Heelys.
What little kid didn't think of, you know what would be the best if these shoes also could do some skate stuff? And then they came out with it, and I feel like every kid that ever thought of it's like, I feel like I should get some kickback on this.
I should get some kickback.
Because this was actually this was my brainchild. I drew this in I got like 6 or 7 doodles of this in my notebook. And just because you figured out how to do it,
Yeah, maybe there should be a class action lawsuit or done.
There really should.
So that everyone
who's been a child gets a kickback.
Yeah.
Were you ever a child?
Yeah. Did you ever
think of this?
Did you ever draw shoes with a wheel on it? Do you think possibly?
Out of the bottom?
Do you think possibly Healy stole this idea from your 5th grade journal?
I think that could pay off for a lot of people.
And I think that because I do think that's affected a lot of people. Yeah, it did more for Warren and me than Camp Lejeune. And they keep trying to get me to collect on that, which I can't. For the record, if you're sending me those emails, I've never been to Camp Lejeune. And honestly, I've never been to any camps that I can think of. So stop sending me the emails. I wasn't there.
I went to a church camp one summer. Maybe.
Was it in Lejeune?
No, it was in
And you've been to camps, but Lejeune wasn't one of them?
No, wasn't one of them.
So stop sending us the emails. We get it. People were there.
Kansas.
There's no class action for that one.
No, there should be.
Well,
we'll have to talk about
maybe some
of your army stories.
The antics.
Some hilarious stuff.
I like that though. The wheels. Because every kid had something similar to that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought of that so often. We've all thought of flying cars. Everybody independently.
Oh gosh,
thought of flying cars, but nobody's figured that out yet.
No.
I feel like we were all promised.
We were, weren't we? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like the turn of the century we were supposed to be.
That's right.
Yeah, we should have been flying by now.
I think when the late great Prince penned the song, probably like it's 1999, he meant before the car started flying.
Right.
He meant before the car started flying.
Exactly.
Yeah. That I think when he said tonight we're going to party like it's 1999, he meant like all the cars will be on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because after that they'll
be flying.
Barely any on the ground after that.
Yeah. Then it's all bets are off.
Right.
Yeah. As soon as the millennium turns, we're up in the air.
Yeah. Naturally, where else would we go? They thought where we'd be going, we wouldn't need roads.
Nice.
Which leads me to another thing. This isn't my idea.
Okay.
But it is a big idea. The hoverboard.
Oh gosh.
Where is it?
Yeah. Why don't we see it?
Where are we having it? If we're already past when Marty got into the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are past that.
And that seems fairly.
What's up? With that?
And
possible.
And if something happened maybe something happened since then that the timeline's been altered, and if that's the case, Christopher Lloyd and Marty McFly, that's Michael J. Fox, need to go back or go to the future. They need to fix it wherever they need to go.
Yeah, maybe they need to.
I don't know. Maybe he needs to go back and apologize and say that he didn't actually write, the song.
The song.
I don't know, but
maybe that's what it was.
You think that?
Yep. Trying to steal
Chuck Berry's thunder.
Chuck Berry's.
Yeah. That's fair. I think maybe that he needs to go back and right that wrong, and then maybe we can get hoverboards back in the future.
Hoverboards will come.
Yeah.
We'll get the hoverboards.
Is it because Biff got that almanac with all the sports almanac with all the Super Bowl winners or World Series winners?
World Series winners.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what it is, but it needs fixed. It needs fixed fast.
Yeah, we were supposed to have that already.
Yeah.
I wouldn't set foot on it.
No.
But it's the fact that you'd have it.
And they call those things that they have, those two-wheel things, hoverboards, but I don't know.
Hovering.
They must not know what hovering means. Unless someone's changed the word.
I think they botched
going on.
The basic concept of hover.
Because I think if you're hovering, you're not on the ground. And both of those wheels are on the ground.
Yeah, that's clearly,
Yeah.
I've always thought that it'd be really cool if instead of like watching TV up on the wall, you could like sit in your couch and kind of look like down a little, like you're in a stadium watching a sporting event and have it like holograms.
Oh yeah.
Playing the, the game.
That's it.
Televised game, but you're watching
Wouldn't
it.
that be cool if you could
like it's really tiny?
Well, it'd be like if you know how when you're in a stadium they look smaller.
Yeah.
It would
And you
look
think
like
that's a better experience than
it would be
the
like
camera on the field?
Well, no, it wouldn't be as great, but it would be really cool.
Yeah.
You'd see the whole field in front of you.
Oh yeah, that's an idea for sure.
I kind of like that idea.
It's nice.
I mean, for not being there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how big your room is, you could have them, bigger where you could be sitting closer to the field. But you'd have to have a really big living room.
I got to get season tickets to my living room.
Yeah.
They've done kind of that with VR, right?
I realize that,
Okay.
but you have to have the set on and stuff.
He's saying
you're
like
just
you're
sitting
just
there.
Yeah,
it's
I
the
hear you.
room,
Right.
Like Star Trek: The Next Generation. They had the holodeck,
Yeah.
and
that's speaking right to me because I'm a big Star Trek guy.
Oh, cool. No. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I just thought the concept might
I get the concept for sure.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do. I know the NBA does that.
They do?
with games. I think.
Wow.
And you get courtside.
I
Really?
mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think with football, it's the cameras. Your view on a TV is better than anything you can get.
I'm
within a
not saying it
stadium.
wouldn't be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it would give you kind of like the feel of being there.
Pat McAfee doing the
Seeing
announcing.
yeah, that'd work.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
Kim didn't like it so much, but
The McAfee cast.
yeah, we preferred it over what our other options were.
Yeah, we didn't like the alternatives.
We don't need to say,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's you, Herb Street.
How did that slip out?
Oops. Oh no. I'm sorry. Must have been something
that
in
got
my
by.
throat.
It's a kind of Tourette's he suffers from.
Right. It's called honesty.
I like that idea.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting for sure.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously you've had many big ideas on songs and music that you've come up with through the years.
Oh, sure.
Because like we were saying, Scott, you've created some great songs. There's songs that you've made that I felt like should be like songs that everyone should know.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think
You write the song.
yeah, that's where I was going. You write the songs that make the whole world sing, Scott.
And Caleb is all the time coming up with comedy routines.
Caleb's just
That he
crazy.
just throws at people unsuspectingly.
But he does it.
They don't
wonderfully.
realize they walked into a stand-up routine.
I do bits that people think are just stories off the cuff.
But I like that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that kind of humor.
Yeah.
It's funny as heck.
I'm not a comedian, but I have personalized
Personal comedian.
Personal comedian.
your own personal comedian.
Personal.
Just like that song.
It reminds me, that one song.
Yeah.
Personal comedian.
Right.
Oh boy.
So now it goes.
I had an idea, a bigger idea, but it went down in flames because it had a lot to do with the holodeck, and then I realized
You're just kidding. Your idea was the
holodeck.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's not really a big idea.
You're right.
Maybe it's a big idea I want to happen.
Right.
Not really. a big
Right.
idea.
Like lightsabers would be cool.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
But also super
I think.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but cool.
Yeah.
Would you like to fly Superman fly like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
But I can't stand to fly.
You don't think it's?
I'm not that naive.
Oh boy.
He's doing a bit, and he's sly with that stuff.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's awesome. I have big ideas that ended up really taking other people's big ideas. That's my big idea.
Stealing things?
Stealing other people's big ideas.
Yeah.
Like the guy that invented Wendy's. I wanted that idea.
Dave
Thomas. I thought the square burgers would be it.
Square burgers are tasty.
Yeah.
Wendy's
Always fresh, never frozen.
Wendy's one of the best fast food burgers, and if you're talking just the major chain fast food burgers, they might be the best.
Yeah,
in my opinion, my humble opinion,
they're in there.
I don't think you can count the Five Guys.
Five Guys.
I don't think it's a fast food burger.
No.
Steak and Shake. There's nothing fast about what they're doing.
I could see that for sure.
There's nothing fast food about the price of Five Guys either.
No. But I'll tell you what, I've ordered from Steak and Shake, and I'm getting the shake before I'm getting the food.
I started to get the shakes because I haven't.
I need something.
Something.
You get a mint or something. Suck on a straw or something.
A lozenge. Oh man,
just a French fry.
Just
a French fry.
But Dad, you're a big idea guy.
Yeah, that's who I heard.
Really
come up with some ideas,
and you've had a lot.
I've had a few,
and you're pretty passionate about one in particular.
Well, you're pretty passionate about trying to refute.
Oh, so we got two big ideas clashing.
Well, it's one big idea.
The idea I had was you're going to go out for dinner, right?
Okay.
Say you're going out with a group, and what do we want to go have? People can never decide. Someone wants a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Someone, I want Italian. I want Mediterranean.
Chinese.
Whatever. Chinese.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Blowfish. Something.
Yeah. Seafood.
You
whatever.
probably want a couple different Chinese food options.
No. See, you're throwing your stuff in here already. The idea I had would be kind of international.
Like a fried chicken joint.
You'd have that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like Southern.
one of them. Southern.
What about a place that does just like specialty drinks?
Stop. No.
Okay.
No. It would be restaurants.
Okay.
And I kind of pictured what I had in my mind was it would be kind of like shaped like a big dome, and it would kind of look like a globe from the outside.
Oh, okay.
When you pull up, and you got restaurants from all over the world.
Yeah, and they're on it.
No, stop.
Are
The restaurants, you could go to any one of them.
Walk right
it's
up
all
there.
one.
it's all one.
It's all under one
roof.
banner, basically.
Okay.
So, but you can pick whatever you can pick whatever ambiance you want. Okay.
Okay.
One of us wants steak, one of us wants seafood, one of us wants Italian.
Okay. How would
We
that
could go. We could go into. We like the look of the Mediterranean place. It's
Is all the
way
same
it's
seating
decorated.
area?
No, it's not all the same seating. It's
It's not
separate.
one common area.
It's like a bunch of separate restaurants, dining areas.
Okay. Dining areas, though.
It's separate dining areas, and they all have a different feel to them.
Yeah.
One might feel like a steakhouse, kind of roadhouse kind of place.
So they're all different dining areas.
Yes.
But it's all
One
in the
might
same,
feel like
they're on the same area.
Italian. They're all in the same building. Separate sections.
But it's all on the same floor.
Yeah. All the dining areas are
But
on the
there's
same
doors.
floor.
There's doors. They're in
they
different
each have different
rooms.
doors.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought, maybe have like a French place.
Yeah, like a bistro
Decorated,
or
it's
something.
decorated. So like, if you're looking out the window, it looks like maybe the Eiffel Tower's out there or something.
Oh,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
And the blimpies.
No.
That undercuts the romanticism of the.
Like a soft pretzel.
Each restaurant would have its separate kitchen. They're all going to be below. Okay? They're all going to be on a level below.
Okay.
There'd be like an area that looked like, to the people who are coming there, it's going to look like it's going to be the kitchen area.
Okay.
That's just where the food comes up.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're a dumbwaiter?
You order
don't even
steak,
pop
I
with
get
that.
seafood, Caleb gets Italian.
It's 2025.
He gets Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
We give
a pizza.
because you can order off of
Sbarro's?
whichever restaurant.
okay.
Stop. We can order from whichever restaurant you want. So you get the menu from, you get the steakhouse menu. I ask for the seafood.
And he gets
They
the
can give
Italian.
you whatever menu you want.
Yeah.
All right. And
Like
then
you're getting steak.
I'm getting seafood. He's getting steak.
I'm getting
And at the end, we want to finish it all off with like a
no. They'll bring
pastry,
it out.
a
Just we're
pastry.
sitting in the Mediterranean place.
Okay.
They bring us out.
swirled iced bun of some sort.
So my food has been made in the seafood kitchen. Yours is in the steakhouse, and they bring it
Why
all
couldn't it all be made in the same kitchen?
because you want it to be really good and be specialized.
Okay. So there.
So you're gonna have like someone who's trained Italian.
A trained Italian.
Trained Italian.
Wow.
Trained in Italian.
Sorry, Italians.
Someone who's like a trained Italian chef kind of thing, seafood.
Yeah.
And you want an untrained Italian, he's going to do the French food. I don't know what that means.
An untrained Italian to the French cuisine.
yeah.
But everyone can go ahead and order what they want from whatever style food they want.
That's down underground.
Yeah.
And do you walk?
And
do
you can
walk
have
up to
whatever
the key-
ambiance you want.
Okay.
ambience?
That's above where you can
What?
choose
What
whatever
if I want? Listen, let's say
dining
we're going out to dinner. I want a steak.
aesthetic you want.
You want shrimp, but I want to eat in a Mediterranean place, and you want to eat at Annie Ann's pretzels.
No.
Where are we going to eat? Do we have to punt and we're eating at the French place?
There's not an Annie Ann's pretzels here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's weird.
It's restaurants.
And are they getting ready to close permanently?
Okay, so
I do like your idea, but I feel like I have.
do you have a spin on it? Like
Well, I do, and I think what I've done is I've manufactured something that's a little more practical.
Okay.
Because I feel like the seating areas, it's a little sloppy. Where you're gonna eat, there's different doors. I mean, what is this, a labyrinth? And then also,
No one wants to go out for a nice dinner and sit in a big, boring room
this isn't.
with little tables.
I have not even divulged what I'm saying. In this room, no one could put a stamp on this being boring when I get done with it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Because this because this isn't just an eating establishment. This is an experience.
Oh.
All right?
Okay.
I want you to picture this. Okay, Scott?
Okay.
All right? This whole idea where the food is being prepared downstairs is utter nonsense to me. I think that it needs to be prepared on the same floor.
Oh, okay.
And I think let's tear down those walls. And this is something you should be a big fan of because your generation loves the wall tearing down. Well, until recently. You used to be all about the walls being torn down. Now you're like, let's get those walls
get them up,
back up.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that one coming. So let's get those walls down, circa 1980 something.
Yeah.
We're tearing down those walls.
Gorbachev.
Yeah, Gorbachev, only Gorbachev. We're putting them right back. We want the walls down, Eastern boys and Western girls. And we're all sitting together in this big big open area. It's well lit. I think what would be fun, a little play area in the middle for the kids. That way mom and dad, they can enjoy their food and let Junior and sister rip and roar. Let them get after it in a safe area where they can also be supervised.
Rip and roar.
Yeah. And we're also going to have food establishments, okay? What, 2 different Chinese places? Because who doesn't need 2, okay? There's going to be a place to get a sub. You're going to be able to get your chicken, You're going to be able to, say you like boba, Scott. You ever had boba tea? That's the ones with the bubbles in it.
Oh,
the little
the bobas,
tapioca, yeah. Okay, you can there's a little boba place over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You like a soft pretzel?
I do like a song.
We're gonna have that. Are you familiar with the establishment Cinnabon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Huh? Yeah, we're gonna have one of those too.
But are you going to have an orange Julius? Because
Well, it's right beside it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Do you how you feel about pizza? You like a pizza, Scott?
Yeah, love pizza.
Big fan of Sbarro's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's who's going to be serving our pizza. Okay? All right?
Best pizza in New York, according to Michael Scott.
That's right. That's right.
Scott.
I mean, if you can think it, we're going to have it. Okay? All right? And we have at least 1 to 2 different Chinese options.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's everything you want. You're just going to walk up to them for the convenience sake. Okay. You're going to pay there, get your food there, and then you just come sit back down. All right?
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And then it's just, I mean, it's all there. It's an experience. Now, do you like when you like doing when you go out, you like to knock things off the list, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to say you want to go have a nice dinner, but you need a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
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 Or you got to get a new pair of slacks because you got a thing going.
Slacks, yeah.
That's great. Because we have stores.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. We got like a Sears, a JCPenney's, a Macy's, because that's how you get in. If you want to eat, you got to go. Yeah. Well, you get in the elevator.
Oh,
and then that's how you get up.
Oh, that's how you get there.
But you go through the Macy's. We got it all. You got a Hot Topic. You want a band T-shirt. That's where you're gonna get it. Yeah. You need some novelty gifts. We got a Spencer's gifts.
Oh gosh, you got everything.
Yeah. You looking for a record, Scott?
Yeah.
Good, because we have a record store.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Hey, have you got all the Pokemon you wanted?
Probably not.
Yeah, of course not. We have those too.
Oh my God.
I know. Yeah, it's because you described a food court at a mall.
You described a food court at a mall.
I think you did.
I described a nice restaurant with great atmosphere. Sit down, good quality meal.
No, you described a worse version of a food court.
No.
So we've got the food court, which was
practical,
which had happened.
Yeah.
And then the new idea is to kind of a sophisticated upscale of it,
less convenient version of a food court.
Because the dining experience is going to be
chaotic.
Not at all.
I want to.
But that's the idea. So very.
Because who doesn't want to eat egg foo young by the French Riviera?
It's the thinking man's food.
Yes.
It's the thinking man's food court.
This is a food court for
that was brilliant.
For a man who got his bachelor's
You got to give it to Cy for that. It's the thinking man's food court.
This guy went to a state university. Okay.
It's for sophisticated.
He's well read.
Cuisine lovers or foodies.
Yeah, right.
He's well read.
Yeah.
He's well read.
He's a big Harry Potter fan, but it's because he read them all. This guy. Yeah.
Well, I like the idea. How could you get it off the ground, you think?
Well, the elevator. That's how it's got to be off the ground because you don't want it down.
Investment.
The escalator.
It would.
The escalator.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Quite an investment.
It'd be like the Big Dig in Boston, where they've been working on this underground railroad or system for years.
Yeah.
It'd be like, well, have you got the kitchen in yet? No, still working on it.
Because it's underground.
We gotta lay some dynamite.
We're still excavating. We'll get there eventually.
But I like the idea.
Indian burial ground.
Like you got variety that you can.
Yeah.
The ambience of sitting somewhere different. Right.
You got Italian, right? You got Chinese. You got chicken. You said French. When I hear French, I think pastries. When I think pastries, I think Annie Ann's pretzels, cinnamon.
What I say back
You give me something to wash that down. Boba tea.
Boba tea.
It's over here.
Boba tea.
And much like yours, mine's also in the round.
Yep.
Oh,
I think it's time for Scott's news.
oh
Man.
yeah. Let's see what we got today.
Yeah, Scott. Who's dead?
We'll do
Who's
it.
alive?
We'll do it in this first segment. We have a lot going on in the final segment.
Too much.
And we have our
some people hate
our
it.
special guest. My lovely wife Kim will be joining us.
Yeah, that's right.
And I get the feeling she's going to enjoy every part of it.
Yeah. All the way to the end. And then Scott's got some apologetics adjacent
Yes. Yeah.
content for us coming up right after this.
Yeah.
And if you've enjoyed this so far,
Yeah.
please like and subscribe.
Yeah. Throw us a comment or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll probably read it.
Yeah.
X us on Facebook. Is that what they say?
I don't think so. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
And follow-
all X. Sorry.
And follow Dad in real life.
If
follow him around.
somebody does have a larger
Probably
table,
lead you
send it along.
Yeah, send it to
Probably lead you to the
send it to our PO
DMS.
box.
Yeah, he's going to lead you right to the field house. Well, let's go for the people who have passed today.
All right.
That have been amongst the living and contributed to our civilization. Such famous people as Jansen van Buren.
Oh, of those Van Burens?
Exactly, Caleb. A Dutch volunteer safety marshal at the 1977 South African Grand Prix. He dies in a car crash at age 19.
I remember that.
Wow.
Well, how about this?
Dad has the commemorative plate.
Brenda DeBenzi, actress.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
She's been in such
Hitchcock's 39 Steps,
films. That's one of his bigger films.
and then Hobson's Choice. Not Sophie's Choice.
Well, Hobson's was a prequel.
Considered for an Oscar nomination.
Well, here
It didn't get one.
No.
Just considered.
considered for one.
They said should we consider it, and they said no, but that's still being considered.
Yeah, for the Oscar.
Yeah.
It was based on a guy named Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. It was Oscar's award, not an Oscar.
Not
award.
an Anna. It was
Oscar's award.
Right.
Yeah, he
Oscar's
wrote
award.
for the local paper.
Yeah.
I will say this: our beloved John Belushi had passed.
Okay.
Comedian, of course.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Talented man.
Yes, absolutely. How about some births today?
All right.
Let's see. We got. How about?
Any Dutch safety guards?
No, but I do have Saint Lucius I, who was the Pope and Bishop of Rome in the years 253 and 254.
Dad's favorite St. Lucius.
Yeah.
He said the second one. Meh.
He said the second one, not so much.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. How about
Pick one.
Konstantin Sergeyev,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Russian.
ballet dancer? I thought it said
he
belly
Russian?
dancer. Ballet dancer.
Is he Russian?
Yes.
Well, I couldn't be anything else but that kind of a name.
Born in St. Petersburg, born in 1910. Sorry. Let's see who else of the famous.
Well, yeah, these are the creme de la creme.
Yeah, you don't get better than this.
No, you worry when you scroll too far.
I'm on page 5 of famous.
It's hard to choose. And Scott, this
Like- it's like when
next
you're-
one's one of your favorites.
Like when you're filling out
yeah.
a form and you're trying to get to the year of your birth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell it. This one near and dear to your heart, Scott.
This is one that really has been an influence on my life as a human being. Danil Trifonov.
You can tell by the authority that you have when you say their name.
Yeah,
just how much it meant.
Clearly, no doubt, your fandom. And tell us the great way that they've culturally impacted you.
He's what they call a pianist.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's Russian. You wouldn't guess that.
No, because he really takes his time on the keys. That's a lazy joke.
He was a Grammy Award winner.
Oh yeah,
Not just nominated.
award winner.
And then there's one other I'd like to tell you about, and that's
This is the best part.
somebody whose name is Gabby Barrett. He's an American country music singer-songwriter.
Oh,
Who wrote I Hope. He was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I think I saved the best part.
That's where most of the country singers come from.
well, because when I think country, some people are like, do you think you're thinking Texas? Do you
Yeah.
thinking Nashville? No,
Memphis.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
It doesn't get much more country for me than that right there.
No, because of all the horses in the fields and the farming and the steel mills belching
The
smoke.
Allegheny and the Monongahela.
Right. Just it oozes country. Yeah.
Literally, it oozes.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I have, folks, today. I'm sorry I didn't have, I think I might have overdid it today. So next time you probably won't hear of any of them.
Right.
Because I kind of...
Well, I mean,
I don't know about
I do.
that.
And what a day for celebrities,
Yeah.
really.
I mean,
for us to have had such an extensive
Yeah.
list.
Yes.
Coming and going.
Yep.
The Dutch, what was he again?
Safety crossing guard.
Well, he inspired the song "Safety Dance."
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little
Well, there
known.
you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that Grammy Award pianist kind of helped compose.
He did a little bit. Of the keys.
What was his name?
Tara
again?
Bethia. Tara Bethia, I think. He did the keys for safety dance. Well, originally they were going to spell it wrong. He came in and he forgot the Y, which is insane. You feel like the Y.
They were trying to go with
important.
IE.
Yeah.
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 He's
You
like,
would
that's
think
not
he
going
would
to work.
Yeah.
And he's like, guys, it's Y. And they said, thank you. We also play keys. I already got it. And they knocked it out right there. One take.
That brings me, it reminds me of a story.
I want to. I do want to hear this.
We're all
I
in.
might have witnessed him on stage because I did see the safety dance performed not once, twice.
Oh.
Yes. The beginning of a set and the end of a set.
That was their opener and their finale.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So you got the,
What was in the middle? Another safety dance.
yeah. It was one long safety dance.
It was 45 minutes of
Was
safety
it
dance.
the original artist, Men Without Hats?
Yes. It was them. I saw them.
And you said, ironically, wore hats the whole time. Very tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
Men without
They
hats.
were. Yeah. Very subversive.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. Tongue-in-cheek, those guys.
And I believe it was, who was his name? Tara Bethia was on the
Bethia.
keys that night.
Tara Bethia was on keys. And I think he did a guitar at that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he really ripped into it.
As much as you can with a guitar.
Well, I think we'll be back with more stuff.
More stuff?
After,
And
well, the
things.
good stuff.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Right after this. We're back. And
We're the best at segues.
we are. It's just smooth.
Yeah. The transportation device and getting into something.
Yeah.
In and out of something.
Yep. And Scott has, would you say it's apologetics adjacent?
Yeah.
At least?
I think what's going to happen is Scott's going to enlighten us.
Oh, nice
very
segue,
nice,
sir.
Why didn't we just do that?
Good job.
Well,
We'll just start at that point.
That sounds good.
Because that worked pretty well.
Yeah, that was perfect, Caleb.
worked really
Like Kevin said, just talking about adjacent to apologetics, kind of my little journey into kind of maybe what led to a lot of changes in our culture. And that's a lot of that's, of course, now. I mean, it goes through right even now, 20th century. So it's kind of, I thought it'd be kind of fun or at least interesting to go through that. So the Age of Enlightenment, I know there's years that they like to, there's some that have it. They have some that go back to like the Reformation.
Yeah.
And they have, so it's, but mainly I think it's like the 18th century primarily.
Right.
We'll just, for the sake of argument, and well, it could be, we'll just leave it at that. The main countries that were involved in it were Germany, France, and England. I'm sure there were others because, I mean, I heard one fella say when I was listening that it's not a monolithic event. Oh, it's R.C. Sproul. Yeah.
Okay.
He was saying it's not a monolithic event, meaning that everybody, rose up as one and said, we're going to do the Age of Enlightenment right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this philosopher here, this theorist here, and it just kind of
probably thought bleeding out, right?
Yeah. So it's not like, so it's kind of a little porous in terms of.
Right. Sure.
But you can also think of it as the age of reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that probably explains a lot of it and a lot of diversity within reason. Things about our universe, how we know our philosophy, how, Descartes, I think therefore I am, that this idea that how do we know we're even, existing? And so we kind of came up with that, so there's a lot of this, I guess, empiricist thought, empiricism, which is the true knowledge and justification that comes from, only or primarily from our senses.
Yeah.
So you get a lot, I mean, you could kind of see how we're going. The traditions that had led up to this point, which is the church being very strong in terms of its moral and ethical standards, and obviously biblical. And people are here and there culminating into this. One of the things is questioning the Bible and its relevance and some of the things that are in it, the miracles that are in it. And they're using a lot of newfound
land
or science, try to explain away that stuff. So, just to, I guess, go from there, because this is obviously a very a very high level look at the Age of Enlightenment.
Right.
So I think next we'll just talk about, and I think we already mentioned him, Descartes is a big leading light in this. Isaac Newton.
Yeah. And some consider him maybe like the first.
Yes.
That's what I saw in some of the little bit of what I started looking up.
Because the Apple thing?
I think. I mean, he uses mathematics as a way to know how the planets too are moving.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, I mean, there wasn't any concept of what was going on or whether there was any order to things.
Yeah.
at least outside of what we understand God puts order in the universe. Okay. But there were others who were trying to use this from empiricism, saying by sights and sounds what we know, what we can see. And then Newton kind of came up with that. No, there's an ordered universe, which in a weird way is what we're experiencing now that he was saying back then in a way, which is that science is actually proving the Bible.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways,
right.
And even Isaac Newton there is kind of proving it. So there are some enlightenment going on in the Catholic Church and religion, period. So it's not just secular culture.
Yeah,
I have to say that, but mostly that's what it's known for.
Yeah,
right. So Voltaire was a big philosopher, writer.
Yeah,
his biggest work was Candide, which I've read, and he's a big criticism on the Bible. And
right. He's very anti-Christian.
Yes.
And he was a deist, correct?
Yes, he was a deist. That is true. You want to tell us what a deist is, Kev?
A deist is someone who believes there is a God, but it's kind of like the clockmaker thing or whatever, where he just starts it going and then just walks away. With his hands.
Yep.
And a lot of people say that a lot of our founding fathers were deists.
Yes.
And some of them definitely were, but they kind of try to pin that on like Washington. There's really no evidence that he was actually a deist other than some of the terms he would use. But I mean, we're even guilty of using the language, that the science and the culture uses sometimes as well. But definitely Jefferson, there's no doubt.
Thomas was.
He even went as far as to write his own Bible. Taking out all the miracles.
Yeah, and in the resurrection, right?
Yeah. And obviously, Franklin gets them in there as well. Although it's interesting that later in his life, when they were forming the Constitution and stuff, he's the one that said, we should call on, the Creator to help us, guide us through this. So I thought, well, that's kind of not a very deist thing to be doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just go over to next, just like 4 main principles of that period. And these are, of course, again, we're doing a very high level look at this stuff, folks. Yeah. So you want to know more, just, pick up an encyclopedia.
Right.
Yeah. Dig a little.
Yeah. Actually, one of the first encyclopedias came out.
Yeah.
In the Enlightenment era.
Yep.
So you're getting an idea of all this knowledge now being printed.
Yeah.
Secular knowledge going out.
Is that when the Britannica family started doing it?
Yep. Yeah, he's on it. He knows. It was the Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah. The central doctrines, I came up with 4, or at least in my research. Individual liberty would be certainly one of them. I think we can probably all agree that that's kind of taken its course to today, for sure.
Right.
Representative government.
Yeah.
Which is obviously very true for these here United States.
Yeah.
And the rule of law and religious freedom.
Yeah.
So
there were very good things that came out of it. And then there were other aspects where they're, going against the Word of God and, kind of like walking away from it, basically.
Yeah. There was an incident in the French Revolution. There was a group of nuns. There was, the Catalite nuns. I'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. I can get that sourced back in another podcast. But they were all beheaded by Robespierre in France because of their religious belief.
Sheesh.
And the way the guy explained it, the oldest nun brought up the youngest nun first, and they both, talked there, made a prayer, and the youngest one just laid out, put her head on the thing, and then they lined them up all that way. So, the church is being attacked, persecuted for sure. Yeah. That is not the only, don't get me wrong, that is not the only element out of the French Revolution, but that is one of the things.
Yeah.
And so the French Revolution is a big part of it. It's not the only part, but it's another big event for the Age of Enlightenment. I guess as I'll kind of wrap up things here.
I also wanted to throw in the fact that during that time, when you have that sort of thing going on where there's kind of a turning away from God and the Bible, also in America, you have the Great Awakening revivals taking place during the 1730s and 40s, where many people in America are turning back to God. Which, that I find that awesome. And I was kind of thinking to how I thought it kind of relates in a way to Joseph when he was, sold into slavery in Egypt. Then he rises up, becomes a leader, saves his family, and his brothers come to him, after their father dies, and have mercy on us, our father didn't want you to, punish us and stuff. And he turns to them and he says, what you had intended for evil, God has used for good. Mm-hmm. And, even during times like this, when things are happening, where people are turning away, there's, God has a way of drawing men back to him.
Very important point, Kev.
Yeah. I mean, and that even comes to modern day, the period we've been going through, like the woke era, and then all of a sudden we're starting to see, where it looks like the hearts of men are turning back to God. So just, pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great point, because I think it's a lot of things that I've been researching on the Age of Enlightenment has said there is that remnant of Christianity that's surviving through that. So, in some cases prospering, in some cases it's using reason and empiricism to then argue back or discussions and debates. So we're using some of those things. And again, we find as time goes on that some of the scientific information is now being used to corroborate and support the Bible. And finding out that some of the things that were said to be true aren't really true, or at least don't have any evidence thereof, at the very least. And we could talk about that another time, but evolution's a big one, where there's...
that all started during this time period.
With
Darwin.
So there's a lot going on. I thought I'd end it, if it's okay, with talking about the ideas that were against the church at the time, and to some degree these ideas kind of continue to be applicable today or relevant today. So that maybe it might be a good, maybe a good time to go into that. First is the challenge of divine revelation. There's a lot of what, since the Age of Enlightenment, maybe before, but certainly during and ever since, that this would be the against theory, that we were not born with any divine knowledge of the Creator. And that science was saying, well, they're looking through everything through the scientific lens, which was fresh, and anytime you look at movements in human history, when something's been developed, it's no holds barred. Everybody's for it, and then you see the fallout later.
Yeah.
And the questions start arising. So no different here, but that was one of them. A lot of enlighteners, secular enlighteners, were trying to say that they were trying to look at thinking and the brain and everything scientifically from what they could see again through empiricism, and they were saying, well, there's no evidence, or at least at the time, that you were born with divine knowledge or or divine revelation. And that's said today too. I mean, they just argue that, atheist. Second is challenge Christian societies. They talk about, at least then, maybe not so much now, but in some ways now, they're just not using the same inspiration, maybe. But then the secular Enlightenments were really big on classical cultures, like Greek, Roman. And so they looked at Christian societies as, not being as civilized, as sophisticated.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole, and we see it even now, when you think about the medieval period, there's all this, there's some ideas that we all have of the medieval period and some of what was going on and what people had to do, and that's also in a lot of ways correlating with their criticism of how Christians are forming these societies and villages and what that means. But of course, we know that's not true at all. But that's another thing that they were claiming at the time, because look at the Greeks, look at how they lived, and all this wisdom, and which is funny though, because the people who were saying it were living the way they were living still. I mean, we didn't. Right. I didn't see any acropolises being built, over here. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, and challenging the Bible. This is pretty much what's going on now: faith versus reason. But we're finding that reason actually can support faith now, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And it has happened.
Yeah.
We watch some of your people, or some of your secularists, who they themselves don't know enough about science. They don't know anything about quantum mechanics and how it works. So now they're stymied, and where is that coming from? And then you bring in creation again. So it's just funny how that kind of cycles back around.
Yeah.
As people know more, there's more questions, and those questions can't be answered, but only by a creator.
Yeah.
So in funny ways, they circle back around to that. So anyways, I'll end it with this real quick. I'm sorry. Just three things that we can we can do as far as being challenged by reason, those kinds of things in our context of belief. Mm-hmm. And we do this today, and that is one who's behind these criticisms. They did that at the time. It's like, well, you've got a secular theorist out there.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to be biased towards those theories.
Right.
And so it's good to know what the sources are, where they're coming from.
Right.
Science is changing, and I've said that. Science changes all the time. They thought they had all this, even evolution is now being looked at, and has been for a while. That there's no real empirical evidence for some of these things, that they're just really mythologies rather than real proof.
I just heard someone saying the other day that you can't really find anyone who would agree with Darwin anymore in science, that the things that he had put forth just don't hold any water at all. So
Yeah. And the kinds of things that would have to happen for evolution to occur, and the kind of DNA sequencing that would have to happen. And it only takes, there was something like, I read this 3 to 15 different codes that can happen, and then it breaks down completely.
yeah,
So to create proteins
Yeah.
that then create cells that then create tissues, and it's miles away. I mean, it's so many miles away from even that to do that.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible, though.
right,
And this is the science behind some of that.
yeah,
So just a couple things there, and we also understand as we go along, because we've had this great age of enlightenment, scientific revolution, and this kind of leads me into what we may go over the next time, which is our own kind of recent youth swell and exuberance, and challenging the empires and the institutions, and everything's in question, which we get that a lot from the 60s. We get a lot of that culminating in the 20th century with that movement.
right,
There are things that are bleeding into that, including the Age of Enlightenment. So there's your connection with that. And that takes the culture even more into the contemporary context of a much more liberal, even pagan, introducing pagan thoughts again, bringing that back from the past.
Sure.
But the funny thing is, as we know more about that stuff, as we know more about science, we find out that we don't know enough, and that we have made mistakes, because that was the other thing big about the Age of Enlightenment, is this great feeling of mankind being the Lord of all he surveyed. And as we march through time, mankind's had to reckon with his fallibility again, constantly be reminded of it.
yeah,
He's not that.
right,
And as you go through time, you constantly are reminded of that. So the Age of Enlightenment has all these wonderful ideas, some of which have helped the Christians argue back scientifically, philosophically, and biblically against these ideas. But at the same time, some of these ideas have marched through time to get us where we are, where we've been.
yeah,
And I think would you argue, a fairly liberal culture for a while since that time period, or stepping into that time period. And like Caleb said, which I love when he said that a couple podcasts ago, is we have seen that kind of start to swing back at least towards the center.
Yeah.
And,
for sure.
And I think that's a great thing. But
yeah.
I'm just so fascinated by how things happen with cultures and where they get it, because I've seen so much questions and criticisms about secular thought, and secular thought was at one point, this was the stuff, man.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be airtight, and no.
Yeah.
And God did his thing, and people were finding things out. Christians, others, people were converted who were scientists, have been, and they're bringing all this to bear scientifically on things. Mm-hmm. So the arguments aren't like, well, it's just you don't have evolution if you don't have this, and this. But they don't have that evidence. Yeah. So that starts to dispel some of that. Maybe it makes people think again. So just thought it was fascinating.
Yeah.
Very good. And so next time we'll jump into the 60s, right?
Yep. We'll get into the 60s, just kind of bringing things up. Well, it's still
to a modern enlightenment kind of thing.
Yeah. I know it's 60 years ago, but it's the big youthquake movement that I think sets the tone.
Yeah, for modern day.
Very much so.
We've been a very youth-centric culture since then. Before then, it really wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think with the youth, you get trials and errors. And,
right. And we feel the ripples of that till this day.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It echoes.
Echoes and ripples.
And echoes and ripples. Echoes and ripples.
Maybe more so than other things we brought up on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
All right. That's good stuff, Scott. Thank you very much for your hard work.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
And bless the Lord for allowing me to speak and all of us to be together to do that.
It is a blessing.
Good stuff.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for watching. We'll see you on the back end of this.
All right. As promised, we're back with our special guest.
When did she stop being
wife.
special?
Never. I'm always going to be special.
She's always
Jeez.
special. She's special to me. She should be special to you.
More than a woman to you?
Yeah. Yes.
Great
We're,
segue. It's totally on the list, right?
Yeah, it's on that list.
We're doing a March Madness musical
Hey, that sounds interesting.
version.
What's it all about?
Not musicals.
Not music.
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 Yeah.
We started.
We had to talk Dad out of the musical.
Do tell, Dad.
It was mostly cats. You know how Dad is.
Gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been around forever.
That's true.
Feelings and all that. We started off 1955.
I'm Mistopheles.
Start off 1955.
All right.
And we come all the way up to 2015. And we have 4 brackets.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know if I know songs from 2015.
I was hoping you would because
I might.
you might.
Kim might, yeah.
So we have the regions are 55 to 69, 70 to 85, 86 to 2000, and 2001 to 2015. And we're gonna start closer to present and go back in time.
And go back. Okay.
Yep, for our break.
Back in time.
Back to the Future.
So
Back in time.
we got
I'm a little excited about this.
Huey Lewis.
to get up to 88.
So before we get into it, you want me to give you the number 1 seed in each bracket?
Oh.
Just for a little tease.
Sure.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Have at it.
The number 1 seed in the 2001 to 2015 bracket
No.
is Happy
Oh, okay.
by Pharrell.
Williams. Yeah. You did it.
Number 1 seed in the 86 to 2000. I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
What years was that?
That was 86 to 2000.
Makes sense.
From 70 to 85, it is Careless Whisper.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, my.
really?
By Wayne.
Whoa.
Yes.
Not Chevy Van.
And you're a big
Not
person.
Chevy Van.
And
I love it. Not
50
Chevy Van.
55 to 69. Any guesses on what that might be?
55 to 69.
Yep.
The Twist.
The Twist.
No.
I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Close. Hey Jude.
Oh, okay. All right. Understandable.
So
All right.
we're going to start off 2001 to 2015, and we have our top seed, Happy by Pharrell Williams,
Okay.
going up against Bad Day.
So we're supposed to guess who we think.
Not yes, you have to
Say
determine.
we're here to decide.
We're to
Oh,
decide.
but between them, amongst us.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We each get a vote, and if it's a tie, our producer will break that tie.
Okay.
Absolutely not Bad Day for me.
Okay.
I
not
think
a
it's
great song.
Terrible song.
Yeah.
I've honestly, I feel like both of them are bad songs.
But I'm gonna go.
Wait,
with
what's the choices?
Happy
and Bad Day.
Bad Day.
Happy is very catchy.
Yeah, it's catchy.
And well produced.
Wait.
Pharrell Williams is a fantastic producer.
Wait.
I just don't care.
Don't we already know that Happy won this?
No. He's just giving you the
We're
number one
determined.
seed in each category.
Okay,
They've
got
got
it.
to earn their way.
You guys act like I know how to do brackets.
Oh, no. That's a,
Well, he did just tell you, but I see the confusion. he did just say we're determining the winner, but I see where you were like, well, we already know who won. So you tell me.
The competition.
she was really cold. She has to go.
The competition between these songs is what we decide is the best song.
Oh, but we already know.
Oh, okay.
It's been predetermined. It's written in the stars.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go with Happy for that.
I think Happy
I
is.
think
They're one seed for a reason.
And I'll have to agree. I
Yeah,
don't
I've got it.
care for either one. So Happy moves on. Sly's going to have the graphics.
Are you
going
gonna fill that in?
You know, I would if I had a pen on
I
it.
got a pen over here.
Shouldn't you, so that you know what we go
I
with next?
should. I should very much have a pen on me.
That's tough.
Thank you,
go.
Scott.
You're
It's
welcome.
like templates for it.
Yeah.
So Happy moves on.
All right.
I don't think that's how you spell happy, but okay, you're fine.
Two P's.
In a
We have the 8 and 9 seeds going up against each other.
Okay, all right, let's hear it.
And we have Boom Boom Pow
Oh.
By the Black Eyed Peas,
against TikTok
by Kesha.
by Kesha. Thank you. I'm glad you knew that because I had to
Well,
look it up. I have it written down, but
Okay.
I don't know it offhand.
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about. So,
It was Robert California who once said that the Black Eyed Peas are rap for people who don't like rap, and hip hop, or they're pop for people who don't like pop. So I think that's pretty much true.
All right. What about TikTok?
I don't like Kesha, so I'm gonna go Boom Boom Pow.
okay.
Boom Boom Pow. Kimberly?
I'm gonna go Boom Boom Pow.
I'm going to write in for Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind.
Oh, wow.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
The bench.
It's not.
No, I can't. do
that gives me.
That's not even the right.
This isn't a vote. This isn't a voting.
Not even the right decade.
It's not like it's not a
I've
democracy.
got
It's
to
a
go with
bracket.
one or the other.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
I'll go with what you guys say.
Oh,
So that automatically throws Boom Boom Pow
All right.
into the lead.
You don't
Producer
think
shaking
so?
off.
I would have
Ooh.
gone TikTok.
you would have.
Oh.
Big fan.
Are you?
Big fan.
You don't like Will I Am and Fergie?
Fergalicious.
I was gonna say Fergalicious.
Is that
Fergalicious
who
death.
the artists were on them? Okay.
Next, we have the 5-12 matchup, which is
Okay.
always subject to
This is a tough one too.
upsets.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have Hey Ya by Outkast
But listen to the other one.
and Hanging by a Moment by Lifehouse.
Oh.
You don't remember that one?
I'll go with Hey Ya.
Hey, yeah, it's good. I really do like the Lifehouse song though. I don't know. What are you gonna say, Mom?
Motorhead.
I'm gonna say
Aces.
I'm gonna say Hey Ya. Because not only was it a good song, but I really liked the video too.
If we're
Hey Ya.
going off of message,
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta go with Hang by a Moment. But I think if we're going off of just feel,
And
I gotta go Hey Ya.
I would go with Hey Ya just because, I don't know, kind of brings back happy memories when you guys were younger and we play that song. It's pretty
So
cool.
much younger than today.
Let's go.
So much younger than today. Number 4, the 4 and 13, we have Somebody That I Used to Know
Oh.
by a name I can't pronounce.
Gautier, right?
There you go.
No, okay.
And versus In the Club
By 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
This is easy. This is easy. This is easy.
Okay, I'll go with what you guys.
I'm going with Somebody That I Used
Yeah,
to Know.
somebody that I used to know.
It's easy. It's not even close.
I don't even
What would you
know
say?
the other one.
I agree with you. I think In the Club deserved a different pairing.
Yes.
It was an
That's-
unfair
I
matchup,
agree.
It's
right?
just how it worked out.
But they're a 13
I mean,
seed, and they should have done better. And I agree because it's not that good of a song.
These are seeded by
Just
Where
how
they charted.
by how they overall sales through those years. So
Yeah.
I can't be blamed.
Would you not
Number-
pick the, what would you pick then?
I agree with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
The 3 and 14, we have Rolling in the Deep by Adele
Okay.
versus Irreplaceable
By the Queen Bee.
I'm going with Adele.
Beyonce.
I'll go with Adele on this one.
I think you got to, but Irresistible,
That's kind of tough.
it's a banger. The banger.
I don't.
Is that You May Not Know About Me?
Yeah.
You must not.
Or us not
I
know
would
about me.
definitely
You
go
may
with
not
Adele.
know about me. Everybody remembers that track. You possibly have never heard of me. I could have another you here pretty fast. It's
hilarious.
Mom's singing the duty-free version.
Duty-free.
For the 6 and 11 matchup,
Uh-oh.
we have Thrift Shop
Oh,
I hate that song.
I love that song.
You
by
would.
that artist
Macklemore, yeah.
versus
Popping tags, man.
How You Remind Me.
I'm gonna go with
Nickelback.
Thrift Store.
Oh.
Crazy matchup.
I'm going to go with Thrift Store because I cannot do Nickelback. At all.
It's like Duke playing Kentucky. I don't want either one of them to win.
Well, that goes without saying.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Come on, man. That's a good one.
I don't even know them.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this is against everything in me. I'm gonna pick Nickelback.
Okay.
Did you
I
pick
can't-
me on
I-
purpose?
I can't pick Macklemore.
Okay.
What do you think?
I too am going to pick Nickelback, even though I can't stand Nickelback.
I can't either.
Not
Oh,
So do we have a
You know that
tie?
song?
I
We need a
vaguely
tiebreaker
remember it.
then.
So we got a tiebreaker on this one.
That's Psy.
Silas, I am your mother.
No, you can't do that.
That doesn't work.
Undue influence.
I birthed
cannot
you.
be
It
swayed.
has more of a connection to my generation. I'm gonna go Thrift Shop.
Well, fair enough.
I don't even know either. I'm just going to go with the crowd.
All right. For the 7-10, we have Low by
Flow Rider.
and yeah.
By who?
Yeah, sure.
By
Little John
Oh.
and Ludacris.
Yes, and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And I think
Lil
I
Jon.
know what the
Lil
Low one
Wayne.
is. Is it the song they use on the Kroger commercial?
Yeah.
Low is that one, yes.
What's the yeah?
Yeah.
No, is
Yeah.
that the...
Yeah.
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 Rewind It Back. Is it that one? Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Because it's got Ludacris.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm still waiting for Ludacris to pop in every time I say Ludacris.
Oh,
Little John is the one who makes that song though.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
I don't know if I know yet, but I'm going with yeah. What about you?
Let's do it.
All right.
You just said yeah.
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 Yes, yeah. Yeah.
And the 2-15,
All right.
which every once in a while there's an upset in the 2 and 15.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going with Uptown Funk
Oh.
and versus We Belong Together.
We belong together.
We belong together.
Mariah Carey, right?
Mariah Carey.
Who are these?
Easy.
Uptown Funk is
Uptown Funk.
Uptown
Is that
Funk
the one that's about the
is
TikTok?
old guy.
TikTok.
No, not TikTok.
Oh, you're talking about
Little
TikTok
Wayne.
by Kesha.
No.
TikTok didn't
How does
exist.
the We Belong Together go?
We belong together. Can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars.
Oh, Bruno Mars. I'll go with Bruno Mars.
I too will go Bruno Mars. What are you guys going with? Kev's already voted for
Yeah.
We Belong Together.
We belong together.
So we got
Another
2-2.
tie.
Another tiebreaker.
We belong together.
In hopes of my favorite Mariah Carey song ending up later on the bracket. Wishful thinking. I'm gonna go Uptown Funk.
Well,
Might have thrown.
this is the last in this bracket. So
Oh, yeah. It'll be the last of
you
that.
may have just
You sold, bro. You sold.
Oh,
Well,
you
she had
failed.
90s hits though.
Yeah.
true. She may
Yeah, she may have some in there.
That's fine.
You made
I
these
have a
lists
chance to
out.
win.
I know.
This is not printed off the internet.
Yeah,
They're
but-
hand drawn.
Oh no, this is a
Oh,
special-
no. I like that.
special
Oh, if
funk.
only
no.
you knew how long he spent working on that chart.
He knows. He's my son. He does this stuff too.
Well, I don't know if I've not reached this
boy.
yet.
All right.
What? What'd you say?
Mom and I were talking.
So we're moving into the 86 to 2000.
Okay.
Okay.
This is when you were in your prime.
Pretty much, yep.
It's before the thrill.
Before the thrill of living.
It's about the time. When did I make that statement?
Not long after we were married.
Around here.
Was it that late?
Yeah.
All right. It was before the thrill of living.
Is gone.
Yeah. So, as we've already said, number 1, Whitney Houston with I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yeah.
Against the number 16 song, Look Away by Chicago.
Oh, gross.
Whitney
I want to dance
Houston.
with somebody.
Oh,
Whitney. We're going with Whitney.
boy.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know whether
I couldn't believe that song was even a number 1 song.
The
for
knife
year.
or the gun?
I did not.
The knife or the gun? Okay. The knife.
It's
Whitney
going to be
Houston.
I Want to Dance because,
That's what you're
Don't you
going
want
for
to
too.
dance? Say you want to dance.
yes. Number 8 versus 9, we have Into the Road, Boys to Men,
Boys to Men.
against Breathe by Faith Hill.
Ugh.
Oh, boy.
End of the road.
I'm going to say End of the Road.
Faith Hill stinks. Plus, she's married to Tim McGraw. Tim McGraw
Again.
sucks.
The gun or the knife? The gun or the knife? The gun. Faith Hill.
Ooh, Scott goes with Faith Hill.
Only because she was attractive.
Well,
That's all.
I'll give you that.
Boys to Men was
But
pretty
if
good
you
looking.
would have just seen Boys to Men
I'm going
on
with
Masked Singer this last
Into the
season,
Road.
I was like in love with their performances. It was amazing.
It was really cool.
They are still they can still.
got it?
Oh my goodness, do they?
It's like riding a bike.
I'm telling you,
God, never
it
does
makes,
that.
I'm telling you. I was like a little girl. Like, it was so crazy.
So crazy. What's next?
Let's see this one. Number 5 is Believe by Cher.
Oh,
Okay.
How did that get in this?
The beginning of auto tune.
Isn't
Yes.
that, but isn't that in brackets in the name?
yeah.
Oh, okay. You probably could have wrote that up.
Okay. What was she?
Hold on.
Hold On by
Wilson Phillips. I'm going to go with Hold On by Wilson Phillips because I'm not a fan of autotune. The whole.
Yeah.
I think I
I
gotta
gotta go
agree.
Wilson Phillips.
That's a
because
tough
I
one,
feel
though.
if I'm doing
It's a
Cher,
great
then
matchup.
then I'm promoting auto tune, which I don't.
12 and 15.
But
12 and 5 is
Wilson
always a good
Phillips
matchup, though.
It
has
is a
some
good
nice
matchup.
harmonies.
I too.
They do.
Yeah.
I too am going with Hold On. I mean, they've got the family.
They got the mamas and the papas.
The music maker over here
Beach
saying
Boys.
no.
You're picking Cher over that? That's not even
That
one.
song's awesome.
Oh,
Is it?
Wow. Not in an ironic way either,
I'm not
right?
being ironic.
Okay. As long
Have
as
you heard Hold On by
that's
Wilson
what you have
Phillips?
to say anymore.
Okay, well then
You should
can't-
maybe hear
You
it.
gotta abstain.
Number 4 and 13. This is a definite knife and gun one, Scott.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I feel like that's an offensive statement. I don't even know
Yeah.
these songs.
No, we shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't.
I'll say it afterwards.
Let's hear it first.
Macarena
Oh,
Okay. All right, I hear what you're doing now.
and
Spear through the groin and
Dionne Warwick and Friends with That's What Friends Are.
oh,
I'm gonna have to go with That's What Friends Are For,
I'll
only
go with
because
that.
it was,
I'm going with that's what.
I don't know that song, so I by default have to pick.
Oh yeah.
it's very similar to the Triad.
Well, that's what Friends Are for.
It's not
Oh, I can't believe you said that on air.
on air.
Here.
Oh no!
Sometimes it feels like I'm not in here with Gen Xers. It's like I'm on here with boomers.
Oh,
Wow.
Maybe I'll
Oh,
cheer people
my.
to try it.
That's-
See
I
that.
have to- oh,
ooh,
oh man.
ooh, that's
Things are
Hey,
getting hard.
I've got friends that watch this.
Moving on.
moving
All
on.
right, the
Triad friends even.
The 3 and 14 matchup.
They don't have internet out there.
Are you ready?
Let's
ready
do it.
for this?
They
And the
yell.
first song I know more from Weird Al's parody.
I feel like you could say that for most songs after the year '93.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Oh,
Hearing you say
is this?
it, peak. We're spending most of our lives living in a gangster's
Coolio.
paradise.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Coolio.
Coolio?
Coolio.
Coolio.
Oh,
Is this Coolio?
I didn't say it. Like
Yeah, you did. Roll it back.
Taking on Bryan Adams. Everything I do,
Oh.
I do it for
oh.
I hate Bryan Adams, and I don't really like Gangster's Paradise.
I'm going Bryan Adams only because I like other songs much better than that.
I'm going Gangster's Paradise.
I'm going Bryan Adams just because Lisa really likes
This adds up. You see what's happening here?
I'm going Bryan Adams just because.
Okay.
He gets it. Let the other person who was
It still
born
doesn't matter.
see me recently.
What?
What did you go for?
Bryan Adams.
See, it'd still be off. We'd still win.
Name a good Bryan Adams song.
What?
It's like a
That's
knife.
like a knife.
And there's
Heaven.
Summer '69.
Heaven.
we're still waiting. Okay, next song.
Whatever.
Number 6 and 11 matchup.
Okay.
This is gonna be a tough one. Too.
Okay.
For me.
I think so.
All right,
I
Caleb.
think I know where you're gonna
Gird
go.
your loins, Caleb.
All right.
Faith by George Michael.
Oh. Okay.
Taking on Elton John. Candle in the Wind.
Oh.
97.
I don't think you do know where I'm going to go. Because I guess it would be nice.
I guess it would. Nice.
But I got to think twice.
I'm gonna go with Faith only because Candle in the
You were
Wind
going with
has
Faith.
so many. It's just it's a sad song.
It's a little sad.
Ties to too many
But I will say,
okay.
things
yeah,
for
I
me
agree.
that
But I do think we do need to remember that sad songs.
they say so much.
Yeah. They do. With that,
True story.
But with
If it
that
was-
in mind, I'm gonna have
If it was my brother doing Candle in the Wind with Cher,
Yeah.
Cher's voice, I would have
We've
voted.
got
Oh.
to hear that sometime.
Candle in the Wind.
Has he done this before?
Which takes the sadness a lot.
Right, yes,
sure
yeah.
of that.
would have been weirder if
takes the
Scott
edge
said
off.
no, he's never done it.
I'll go with
Yeah. It's got to be Faith.
Gotta be Faith.
It's a superior song.
Gotta have faith.
Yeah, you got it.
Faith.
Faith.
7.
The Faith.
Yeah.
7-10 matchup.
Okay.
We got an 80s classic.
Okay.
The Bangles. Walk Like an Egyptian.
Oh, yeah.
What's the other one?
Taking on The Sign.
The Sign.
by Ace of Base.
I'm gonna go with Walk Like an Egyptian.
Got to do it.
Walk Like an Egyptian.
The Sign?
I don't need anything to open up my eyes like that sign.
He's going with The Sign. What does...
What do you?
Favorite Bengals songs.
Well, yeah, but it's not on the list.
Yeah,
Favorite
for
songs.
sure.
This
isn't what
is
it's
the
about.
pick right here.
We 2 for The Sign, and
No.
3, and still 3
No,
for...
it's 3 for Walk Like.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
it-
okay.
It sounds
Would you
like
have gone
it.
for the sign?
I think he seems
Really?
like he's leaning that way.
The 2 and 15 matchup.
Okay.
I just want to go back and just say I feel like some people are voting for the Bengals not because of the song. And go ahead.
Well, I really don't like the sign. I don't like that woman's voice so well. It's just a little I don't know. I'm just
2
not
and
a
15
fan.
matchup. I Will Always Love You.
Who's that?
Whitney
by?
Houston.
Oh, yeah,
Doing
okay.
the Dolly Parton
Dolly
song.
Parton. Okay.
Don't like Whitney, huh?
And
With Kevin Costner.
He doesn't
He
sing.
doesn't sing.
Oh, I thought that he'd sing.
Ever, I don't think.
Oh. Well, he sang in the one movie, Waterworld, didn't he?
Waterworld, the musical,
That's the
right?
only thing that kept that above water.
Well said, Kim.
Thank you.
taking on The Boy.
It was said.
The Boy Is Mine by Brandy and Monica.
And what's
The Boy Is Mine.
what's the other one?
I Will Always Love
I'm
You.
gonna have to go with "I Will Always Love You" because her version and Dolly's version are two of my
To
favorites.
favorite versions.
Randy and Monica.
They
I
do.
do find them intriguing.
It's a nice song, but
But I think I gotta go with Whitney.
yeah.
Which one is it?
I Will Always Love You.
I mean, the other one.
Brandy.
Boy
and
Is
Mine.
Mine.
Boys
You've
Mine.
never heard it.
You probably haven't.
What's it go like? How's it go?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
I'll go with Whitney Houston.
You know how
All right.
The Girl Is Mine by
I'll go
Michael
with
Jackson
Whitney
and Paul
Houston.
McCartney is?
It's
Yeah.
not like
It doesn't
that.
sound like that.
Okay, I got an idea.
We're moving back in time.
Okay, to the next
dork.
70 to
year.
85.
Okay.
Our
70
younger,
to 85?
Our younger years.
Yeah.
You already know the number one seed.
You're way
Your
younger.
younger years.
You're way
Yeah, that's
younger
all right.
years.
Yeah.
Mine not
This is-
even possible years.
Your non-existing years.
The number one seed you already know, Careless Whisper
Okay.
by Wham.
Wait, what? This goes to what year?
Predated. This goes from 70 up to 85.
I like how you ask him that every time after.
I know, but well, I'm
Literally
just
just
thinking, when
finishes
was
reading it.
Careless Whisper, out? And
Probably in
it
that time frame.
Yeah. I was just trying to remember if there was enough, you know what I mean? Like, was it earlier than I thought it was
Could have
in
been.
my time period?
Could have
you know?
been.
Forget.
Yeah, because some songs I think,
I love that you're doing that.
I was
Careless
two
Whisper
when I
came out in
wrote that song?
85.
Okay. 85, Kim.
Okay, all right.
And what's it up against?
It's up against. This might be tough for Kim. Shadow Dancing by Andy Gibb.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
oh my.
I loved him.
Seems easy.
Seems easy.
It's a 1 in 16.
But
for
I'm
a
going to have to
reason.
go with,
I don't even think I've heard Shadow Dancing.
Oh.
Careless
as
Whisper.
much as I like Shadows,
Andy Gibb.
Andy, thank you. I'm going to have to go with Careless Whisper.
Scott, I know you're a big Andy Gibb fan.
I always have been. I got a tattoo of him on my. but on the other side, it's the Wham.
Yeah.
Oh.
Andrew Ridgely.
Yeah, he's
He's the bestest.
I'll go with Careless Whisper.
I too will go with Careless Whisper. Can't talk, but I'll go with it. All right.
Here we go.
8 and 9, we got Captain and Tennille.
Oh,
Muskrat Love?
Muskrat Love.
Who are you telling this to?
The whole crew.
Is the crew all here?
With Love Will Keep Us Together. Here we go.
Oh, of course.
Taking on the number 9 song
Okay.
by the late Roberta Flack.
Oh,
For the first time ever I saw your face.
I'm going to go with Roberta.
I'm gonna go with Roberta.
As much as I love Muskrat Love,
What
But it's not Muskrat Love.
that's why I'm going with Roberta.
Love will. I gotta go with the Cap and and the Neil.
Oh. Caleb?
Young? Yeah, that one.
Captain and Tennille?
Yeah.
We're going to have a tie
Wait,
because I'm
Roberta
going
just
with
passed
the
away.
first
Can't you
time
guys show a little bit of
ever I
something
saw
here?
your face.
It's about the song, not about
we
who
have a
died.
tie.
I'm terribly familiar with either of these songs.
Love will keep us together.
Yeah.
There you go.
Think of me.
No, you're supposed to do Roberta.
Oh,
Whenever
No, you're supposed to do that.
No.
you're supposed to do Roberta.
I'm sorry. The first time ever I saw your face.
Yeah.
First time ever I saw your face.
No.
Not that.
First time.
I felt the. You know the words. You do
I
it.
felt the lull in the.
What's the words?
I thought the sun rose in your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
See, I think if you
Go
heard,
with the other one.
I think if you heard the
what?
words, you would like that one.
Love will keep us together.
Played it.
Oh, you didn't like it that well.
I just can't.
Which one are you
Okay.
going
It's
with?
not
okay.
coming to him.
He said
He's gonna
love
go
will
with
keep us
Love Will Keep Us
together.
Together.
Alrighty.
Oh,
That's a shocker.
yeah.
Don't have. I'm not.
He's not-
the familiarity that you do.
He's not
I
feeling the
can't-
flack.
Okay.
I just don't.
Well, don't worry. 5 and 12
Caleb
matchup.
did the effort of singing it,
I see.
I was more familiar
So
with that
much
one than
effort.
the other one.
I really gave it my all. That was one of my
5-12
best stuff.
matchup has
5-12.
Every Breath You Take
Uh-oh.
the stalker song.
by the Police. Taking on Tie a Yellow Ribbon.
Oh, every
Oh.
breath you take for
Tony
me.
Orlando and Dawn.
Gotta go. Please.
Hey,
Period. For me.
What are you gonna pick? Can you pick already?
I've got wine at home. That's never opened it.
oh, did really?
Got synchronicity.
I guess I'm probably gonna have to go with Every Breath You Take.
Oh, you don't have to. Don't feel
No,
the pressure.
it's not.
No doubt I'm going with the Police.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy for me too. Tie a yellow ribbon.
All right.
It's easy for me.
For real? Because you don't like the other song?
Yeah, or the band.
Oh, that's right. You
4
are
and
not a fan.
13 matchup. We have. I think they were considered a one-hit wonder, although they did have other songs that they just never. The Knack with
My Sharona.
Okay.
taking on Rod Stewart.
Oh.
Tonight's the Night.
Oh.
Nice runner.
Honestly, it's not one of my favorite Rod Stewart songs.
Tonight's the Night. This is one of my favorites.
Oh, it's one again.
My Sharona.
Of his, yeah.
The
Seems
Knack. Put me down for the Knack.
However, I really do like My Sharona. I had that 45.
Says, Nick Knack Paddywhack. Give My Sharona. No, never mind.
The vote. The vote.
Are we tied though?
I haven't voted yet.
Okay, yeah.
You pick whatever you want.
All right, well,
I'm not afraid to be the cheese that stands alone.
I'm taking the Knack. I'm going with My Sharona.
Okay, the Knack. All right.
My. All right. The 3 and 13. This is a pretty big one here. Pretty good matchup.
Okay.
Build it up.
We have Wings. No, we have Blondie
Ooh.
with Call Me
Okay.
taking on Wings
Okay.
with Silly Love Songs.
Oh, I gotta go. Call me.
I'm going to go with Silly Love Songs.
I'm also going to go with Silly Love Songs. Not a big Blondie fan.
Yeah, I like them both. I honestly do, but
I like better Wings songs.
There are better.
There are better,
right.
but I mean,
I've never been a fan
really good.
of Blondies.
the world needs Silly Love Songs.
I don't.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
I too.
I'd like to know.
I'm going with Silly Love Songs.
Oh, that's a gut punch. Ouch. Okay. Moving on.
Well, the gut punch was the
Not gonna
first
get
time
you
ever I
sleep
saw your
tonight.
face. So
He's still crying about that one.
6 and 11.
Okay.
Kim Carnes with Betty Davis
Ooh, I like
Eyes.
that one.
Yes.
But you're gonna love this one more.
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand.
No, you
the
weren't.
way we were.
Oh no.
Betty Davis Eyes.
Betty Davis
That's
Eyes
Betty
goes
Davis
Betty
eyes
Davis
all the way.
eyes.
Sorry, Babs.
Take Betty over Babs
Betty over Babs.
for 100.
7 and 10.
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one. 3 Dog Night.
Ooh.
Joy to the World.
This is not. This is a
Jeremiah
tough.
was a bullfrog.
This is a tough matchup.
Taking on Prince.
Oh.
When Doves Cry.
Prince.
Prince. Oh, Prince all
Prince.
the way.
Yeah, you got to.
And that's
Prince. Dumb.
It's a minor upset, but
No?
we gotta.
Oh, I don't even think it's
They
close.
were 10
You're saying that's not a.
seated.
Oh, got it.
That's one of those upsets that you go into and you're like, it's obvious the 10 seed's going to take it. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Poor job by the committee.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the record may be better, but you've seen their line of work.
They're in a tougher conference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tougher conference.
In everything they can do.
2 and 15, and like I said, that's one that there's upsets
There's
sometimes.
upsets. Yeah.
I somehow don't feel like that's gonna happen this time.
Okay.
Simon and Garfunkel,
Ooh, yeah.
Bridge.
Oh,
Over
yeah.
Troubled
It's great.
Water.
Okay.
Great song.
Beautiful song.
Yep.
Taking on Beautiful Lady, Olivia Newton-John
Oh.
with Physical.
Yeah, it's
Physical?
No,
it's Bridge Over.
Bridge over troubled
It's
water.
physical.
It's physical.
Bridge over troubled water, for sure.
That takes us into our last.
Oh boy.
final.
Okay.
Songs you've never heard.
Songs.
I was just hoping there'd be more songs.
Well, those
Like
are
real
the.
songs.
Oh.
These were
These are hits.
the biggest hits of the
These
the
are
year.
number ones, I guess.
Yep.
That's why. That's why it kind
Number one of the
slacking.
year for many of these years.
Right.
And
Sorry.
I mean, we had no choice in the matter.
No, it's who sold the most.
So we got the 1 and 16 in the 1955 through 1969.
Okay, this is going to be hard.
Yeah, it feels like maybe we should. Yeah.
Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Obviously taking
Gotta
on
go for that.
Sam Sham and the Pharaohs.
Oh hey Jude.
Wooly Bully.
Hey, Jude.
Wow.
That's a weird.
I feel like there's a good chance this whole bracket's going to be like this.
Oh, the Beatles? Yeah.
I'm
Oh, the
guessing
Beatles?
that
Yeah.
I don't know either of these songs.
Okay.
The 8 and 9, we have Tossin' and Turnin'.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, you're wrong.
You know, Tossin'
I
and Turnin'.
think maybe you underestimate my
Perhaps I
knowledge
do.
of music.
Who sung it?
I don't know who sung it.
Bobby Lewis.
You didn't know that until you read it.
Of course,
You looked that up.
And all his other hits.
Taking on Percy Faith.
Ooh.
Oh.
When a man loves one.
Theme to a Summer Place.
Oh.
Tossing and Turns the only one
I think I know that, but I don't know how it goes. And I think it's a very pretty song.
It's a pretty song.
Tossing and Turning is a bop, though.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to go Tossing and Turning because I can't remember the other one.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Tossing and Turning. Oh.
Theme to a Summer Place. Stevie Wonder does an amazing version of that.
Oh, on the harmonica.
Ooh.
It is
Oh,
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, so go ahead and put
But
Tossing
it
and
is a
Turning.
beautiful
Yeah, I'm
song.
still going to go with Tossing and Turning though because I still don't know what the other one sounds like. And it doesn't say it's the
on
Stevie
the version
Wonder
of
version.
song that says it isn't.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not the
But even the Percy Faith is a beautiful.
It's a beautiful
song.
And you know what?
And
Really
I'm going
beautiful.
with that. So what are you taking, Scott?
Percy Faith.
So we have a
Oh.
tie. He doesn't even
Sai doesn't know either one of them. See, this is not
You have
good.
to flip a coin.
Flip a coin. If we don't want side, we can't do it.
It's
We won. Tossing and
Tossing and
turning.
Turning. We flipped
When
it.
you, what do you do with the coin? You toss it.
Oh,
Clearly, we won.
You can't argue with that logic.
no, you can't.
I guess not.
I guess we're done. Yet.
We have
Just the Beatles. I mean, good night.
we have 5 and 12. Two
Two Beatles songs.
big. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay.
Does that happen on
Two
here?
powerhouses.
Okay.
We have the Beatles with "She Loves You,"
Okay.
Yeah.
taking on the Beach Boys, "Surfing USA."
Oh.
It's the Beatles. That Surfing USA is not even one of the better Beach Boys songs.
I agree with Caleb.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. "She Loves You."
Yeah. Yeah.
With a love like that.
For the 4 and 13 matchup, we have the King of Rock and Roll
Oh.
taking on Ray Charles.
Oh.
Hound Dog
Hound Dog.
versus I Can't Stop Loving You.
Right.
I Can't Stop Loving You.
Hound Dog for me.
Gonna go with I Can't Stop Loving You.
I think
Because
I
that
Can't
makes me
Stop
think
Loving
of
You
when
is
I
one
was
of her
super
weaker
little.
songs, I think.
Oh.
So I'm going with Hound Dog as well.
So we got two and
I have a tie.
have another tie.
Hound Dog it is by default.
So it's Hound Dog.
Hound Dog by default.
It's all right.
It can't be that big.
I don't really care about
Can't
that.
be that big of a hit if it's never had its picture on a bubblegum
Sigh.
card.
That's
Right.
right.
Well, that's true.
The 3 and 14. We have maybe the one that started it all off.
Okay.
Rock Around the Clock.
Oh.
Bill Haley and the Comets.
That maybe started it all off.
Rock and roll.
Oh yeah. The whole.
Yeah, nobody was doing rock and roll until that song came out.
Well, it's kind of considered.
I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
Taking on Tequila
Oh.
Tequila.
by the Champs.
What's the other song?
Key.
Rock Around the Clock.
I'm going Rock Around the Clock.
My two will Rock Around the
I
Clock.
think I'm gonna go Tequila.
No,
We have a
there
tie.
we go.
What?
Rock around the clock.
Have you not seen
Rock
Pee Wee?
Around the Clock.
He does
I can't even
know
say
that.
it.
He
Have
does
you not
know.
seen Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Probably not because he's not 47 and a half.
Dun, dun, dun.
47 and a half.
But I'm telling you, there was a point. There was a point
That's
at,
pretty
at
good.
this game where the Tequila fans were
Thanks,
chanting overrated. There was a point. That's all I'm saying.
Probably.
Yeah, they were chanting overrated at Rock Around the Clock.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Saying it. I'm not afraid.
Back to Elvis at the number 6 seed, taking on 11. Mamas and the Papas.
Okay.
Easy.
All Shook Up versus California Dream.
California
California
Dream is
Dreamin'.
one of my favorite songs of all time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to
a good
go
one.
with.
Around the Clock.
Are you an Elvis
You
fan?
butthole.
I am a big
Oh, are
Elvis
you?
fan. That was my first. That's the first dude, man. I loved Elvis.
Oh.
I'll go
dude,
though.
man.
California.
California Dream is taking it because I'm voting for it.
I like the Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah.
They're good.
We like
I
you
do
too,
like
son.
Elvis.
Wow.
7 and 10.
Okay.
Sugar Sugar by the Archies.
The Archies.
Oh. Oh, honey.
Up
Oh.
against Bobby Darin and Mac the Knife.
Mac the Knife.
Oh, it's gotta be Mac the Knife.
Mac the Knife. Well,
Think about
Caleb's
this,
still
Caleb.
thinking.
I think it's Smack the Knife, but that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
They shouldn't have matched up this early.
Yeah.
That's a bad. The committee.
Are we not done with this? I mean, this isn't the end. Oh, we got to go back. Okay, sorry. I was confused. We're not. We got to go till there's one.
Yeah, but we're just going the first round tonight.
Oh.
We're not going to try to go all the way through.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nothing
Because
better.
I was like, how much longer is this gonna be? This is gonna be your whole podcast.
Nothing better than your special guest going like, "We're still doing this."
I was just thinking this is gonna take as long as.
Are we still on?
I was just thinking it was gonna take as long as like what a normal podcast would be.
2
to
and
do
15 again.
Okay.
This is the last one.
Matchup.
I know your writer said you'd only be here for.
Occasionally throws in an upset.
Uh-oh.
You say that every time.
I know it because it happens.
It does. You talk about it often.
The Beatles again.
Okay.
I want to hold your hand.
Coming on a little strong.
Taking on the Box Tops.
Ooh, the letter.
The letter.
Oh, I want to hold your
I'm
hand.
gonna go with the letter.
What's the other song?
The letter.
I want to hold your hand.
Oh, I want to hold your hand. I'm going with Box Tops.
I'm gonna have to go with
The flow.
the Beatles.
I think I'm also going to go with the Box Tops and the letter.
Well, I know what's getting ready to happen.
I
Sai.
know the Beatles song.
Bingo.
Caleb.
I said the Beatles.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sai's here to usurp. It was always going to be the Beatles no matter what it was because it's Silas.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. Silas.
I thought maybe you might have said the Box
Our
Tops.
first round.
I'm sorry. It just-
I will show you the whole breakdown here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know if you're anything like Mom, you got tired of it most of the way through. So we apologize.
If you're still with us.
I never said I was tired of it.
But she wasn't happy with it.
I just thought, oh, we're gonna be here forever.
It would have been.
Yeah,
if
that's
we were
what I was
doing the
thinking.
whole-
Like,
that's
you're not
what-
going to be able
and
to...
that's what we want to
Do you
hear.
think anybody else would have listened to the rest of the
First
podcast?
round of the bracket's always the longest.
This isn't getting better.
That's true.
No, I mean, because they've sat for so long with this
She's like, is anybody
to go
still
on.
Is anybody as done with this as I am?
Okay.
Put your glad rags on and join me, hun. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. You're going to rock around the clock.
Good night.
The Whatchagonnawannado podcast is brought to you by Scott Dog Productions and is made possible by viewers like you.